All right, so if you were out there and you're joining me live, give me a shout. If you're catching this on a replay, drop me a hashtag replay. I think I am live on both sides now, on Instagram and Facebook. Give everybody just a minute to hop on. Tonight is day 1 of our 3-day Build Your Yoga Lifestyle Challenge. So as promised, tonight will be all about creating your yoga space, how to use it to your advantage, what to do with it, and kind of how to take it on the road, make it mobile, pack it up, whatever you need to do to successfully have your yoga space. Tomorrow will be our live Kundalini yoga class. Oh, I see Marguerite hopped on. Thank you. So I know I'm okay over there. Yeah, Facebook had some weird live update. But like I was saying, tomorrow will be our live yoga class. So I'll give you a gentle flow Kundalini. We'll raise some energy, do some fun things. And then Wednesday night will be our mindset wrap-up night. So if you're out there and you're joining me, give me a shout. Let me know you're out there. I see a couple people jumping on. Hi, buddy. Like I said, tonight is day 1 of our yoga lifestyle challenge. If you haven't, we're live. We don't do that on live TV. Thank you. If you haven't downloaded the free yoga guide that I created to help you build your lifestyle in 5 days or less, totally grab that. The link is in my bio. I'll drop it in the comments. But that's a great way to kind of keep this all together. Now, like I said, tonight is all about building your yoga space. So I want to talk about the different ways to do that. Different props, different tools, different everything. Like I mentioned, I also want to talk about ways that you can have it in your house. So if you have a stationary space, or if you travel, or Cindy, hi. My hair looks amazing. Oh, thank you. That is courtesy of Pizzazz Salon in Fort Lauderdale. Philip rocks. Yes, he is the one that, well, he didn't do this. This was my own shitty blow drying. But he did the color, and I freaking love it, and I think he's amazing. So if you're out there and joining me, welcome to night 1. So building your yoga lifestyle space should not be a chore. It shouldn't be something you dread, that you're looking for space, you don't know where to go, you don't know how to do it. We're going to make this nice and simple. So for those of you that are like myself, believe it or not, I do not have a dedicated yoga space. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment with my cat and have to create my space. Some people, maybe you have a giant house where you can have a special room or a sunroom or a place where you can literally leave out all of your yoga gear, and that's awesome. I don't have that luxury. So I create my space every day. Yes, so there's some days I leave it out, yes, because I live by myself, and frankly, I don't have a lot of people over, so it really isn't a big deal. But most of the time, I have to pack it up and put it away. So it changes the vibe. So starting with that, I would say make sure you have enough space to roll out a yoga mat if you can. Depending on, how big your space is. I want to say most yoga mats are like 6 feet long, maybe a little less. And they're about yay wide. If you haven't invested in a mat and you've been doing yoga or you're wondering about it, I do recommend getting one. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. I am still using the same yoga mat that I bought at Dick's Sporting Goods. I loved it. It was purple. It's made by Gaia, and I think it's great. And that mat and I have been together for years now. So it's been there through the good. It's been there through the bad. I've sweated on it, bled on it, cried on it. It doesn't matter. This mat and I have been together, and I am never giving it up. Ever. And so that is my space. I also recommend, when creating your space, have something soft for your knees or your tush, because if you don't, you might regret that later. Like I have a very nice, I don't know what they're called. It's those blankets. They're not wool. I don't know. Maybe Cindy knows. They're, the ones we used to have at like Ravenswing and stuff. Like they're the thick, like not alpaca blankets, but they're, I don't know what they're called. I don't remember. But it's a really nice, big, thick, like soft blanket. So I have 2 of those because I like to sit on them. They're really good for my knees because I now have hardwood floors. I no longer have carpeted floors. So, and Marguerite says her mat is purple too. Yes. Yeah, I don't have carpeted floors anymore. So, I need something soft. Thinking, because I can't remember what they're called. I'm like, oh my God, I should just go run and look at it, but I don't remember what it's called. And then also, if you're going to be doing a lot of meditating, like for me, I know when I sit in easy pose for long periods of times, my hip flexors are really short, mostly because I work in an office job, so I'm sitting in a chair all day. Cindy said she has a cork mat. Those are awesome. I've seen those. I haven't actually bought one. My blocks are cork. But yeah, cork mats are great. Mine is made of some kind of, I don't know, like rubber, I guess. It's only like, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 of an inch or so thick. It's not a thick mat. So yeah, Cindy has a cork mat. So that's another type you can get. Like I said, it's all about your comfort level and what you like. So yeah, between that, having a good blanket, because blankets are great because you can actually roll them up and use them as an additional prop. So if you want to put it under your knees, maybe when you're laying down, if you're in a gentle twist, maybe you want to put it under your knees so that you don't feel so lopsided. Blankets are great for that. Blankets, towels, anything you can roll. So that's awesome. Like I said, I don't sit well in easy pose. My hips, eventually it hurts. So a lot of times you'll catch me, I'll be sitting on my knees in what we call rock pose a lot, like sitting on my heels. And for me, that's comfortable. For a lot of people, that hurts. And I'm like, it hurts me to sit the other way for long periods of time. So I have a meditation cushion that I like that helps raise my hips up and brings my knees down. So it kind of opens me up a little bit easier and it feels comfortable. Yeah, I remember it was so funny. It was my first teacher training and I'm watching everybody sit in easy pose. And I'm like, so I sit there and I want to say it was the first time we did Aquarian Sadhana. And I swear to God, like halfway through, I'm going, I can't sit like this anymore. It flipping hurts. And I was like, I'm going to be a failure as a yogi. They're not going to let me do this. I'm not going to pass teacher training because I can't fucking sit right. And I could still see going up to Ravi, and Cindy's going to laugh. I could still see going up to him and going, so it hurts when I sit in easy pose. And he looked at me and he was like, can you sit in rock pose? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, can you sit your butt between your knees? And I was like, yeah. And I plopped down and he looks at me and he was like, is that comfortable? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, so sit like that. He's like, why would you sit in a way that hurts? And I was like, oh my God. It's like when you go to the doctor. Hey, Mel just jumped on. It's like when you go to the doctor and you tell them something hurts and they look at you funnily and they just tell you like, so why do you do it if it hurts? Like that was basically the same reaction he gave me. And I had to laugh because I was like, I thought that's what yogis do. We sit cross-legged, right? We sit in easy pose. And he was like, if it hurts, don't do it. I was like, oh, okay, light bulb, there it was. Yeah, for most people that probably would have been common sense. So yeah, so I went and bought a meditation cushion because now I can either sit a little easier in easy pose or if I want to swing my legs around behind it. And that makes my life so much easier. So don't ever feel like you're limited when it comes to yoga. There are so many workarounds, so many ways to do it. And I mean, I can't speak for every kind of yoga because I don't really practice vinyasa or hatha or this, that. But as far as Kundalini, it's as accessible for anyone as humanly possible. It's amazing, right? But yeah, could you see his face though? Like that's exactly the conversation we had. And I think that was the first conversation I ever had with him. And I was just like, oh my God, he's going to think I'm an idiot. And it was the funniest thing. And ever since then, like now I can talk to him and he just knows me now. But yeah, that was my lovely teaching experience. But like I was saying, yeah, so definitely a mat if you can get one. If you don't have a mat, that's okay too. Like I said, use your blanket, use something soft, give yourself some kind of cushion between you and the ground. That's my biggest point when I came to that. Like I said, meditation cushions are great. If you've got pillows work too. Pillows are great props too. If you're ready to invest in blocks are something else to add to your space. But again, you don't need them. Most of this stuff you can find around your house and make your space comfortable. Okay. Oh, thank you. But when it comes to your space, you want to make it yours. So yes, you want a yoga mat that's comfortable. You want things that are going to make you comfortable. So yes, your blankets, your pillows, your blocks, whatever it is, it's going to make you feel good. Okay. And that brings me to my next point, because yoga and your yoga space is not just about the mat. Yes, you and the mat are one, but I really feel like you need a vibe going. So for me, when it comes to a vibe, and I know Mel can attest to this too, it comes down to music. You need something that's going to make you groove with your practice, right? So, oh my God, I love you. Thank you. So for me, yes, music is a big part. And that's why I love Kundalini, because sometimes I'll go to a yoga class and they'll be like, oh, no music, like total focus and meditate. And that's cool, to each his own. But I like Kundalini because I like the breath work and I like the movement. And when you add music to it, it gives you like a rhythm, which is really, really cool. So for me, like I have my Bluetooth speaker and I'll hook it to my phone. See, absolutely. See, I don't make this stuff up. So I have my Kundalini playlist. If you're on Spotify, feel free to follow me. A lot of my Kundalini playlists, I'm not going to lie to you, I stole them from Jennifer. If she's watching on either front, I did. But she has amazing Kundalini playlists, so you can always follow her too. She's over at Jai Yoga, check it out. But yeah, she has great Kundalini playlists that I found. And like I said, with Spotify, I like Spotify because it just works best for me. Yoga Journal put out a couple of really nice playlists. So if you're looking, so I use those more for like my yin days or my slow flow days. But it's also just fun because you can really use any kind of music for Kundalini. I mean, you can use rock and roll, you can use jazz, you can use reggae, you can use hip hop, you can use easy listening, house music. I mean, I don't think I've ever found any music that I haven't been able to do some kind of yoga to, because I feel like it's whatever resonates with your heart. It's whatever you're feeling to get a flow going, to get a rhythm going. And I think that's what's important. So I think music is super important. So like I said, if you're on Spotify, I am on there. You're more than welcome to follow me and check that out. Like I said, Jennifer is on there and she's got some great stuff. I don't know if, Cindy, are you on Spotify? Do you have music? I don't know. But yeah, no, so I recommend that. And like I said, there's nothing like a good practice when you've got music going, especially if you're like me and you get up early and do your practice, because some days I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to get up, but I want to do it. And that's what it takes, is just a little music, a little ambience, a little just getting in a zone, and that works. The other thing I like to do too for me, so besides my comfy mat and my space. Oh, thank you. Cindy just said, I remember you guiding me through a practice class. So helpful. Thank you. I love that. Thank you. So yes, you have your mat, you have your comfy stuff, you have your music. The other thing I like to do is get my diffuser going, because that's another great way to build some space. Yes, but not sure if it's public. Oh, okay. That's cool. I just always like to experiment with music. But like I said, I'll get my diffuser running, because some oils can really help energize you. So when you add those to your practice, I actually have a whole book, which is nice. I invested in this book. Jen and I used it when we did a Kundalini Yoga for Oya Festival fundraiser. I don't know if this is backwards. If it's backwards, I am really sorry, but it's the Essential Yoga Program. So if you use essential oils, it gives you different yoga practices in here. So whether it's for breathing, it's for energy, it actually has one class a month in here. It's pretty cool because it guides you through everything. So if you're into oils and yoga, that's definitely a good way to start. But yeah, like I'll pump in some peppermint, some wild orange, the citrus oils, things that are going to energize to get me moving in the morning. Or yeah, if it's a slow flow and I just want to jazz out, maybe I'll put in more relaxing oils like the wood oils or balance, or things that are a little softer, like lavender. So obviously it's totally up to you. But yeah, so my yoga space, I always have my mat and my blankets and my props of some sort. Always have my diffuser going. I always have my music going. And then yeah, depending on kind of what time of day, I don't think I ever do yoga in a room this bright, because I don't know, it's just not for me. I like the lights a little dim, a little softer, a little more, kind of going on. And yeah, at 5 a.m., nobody wants to turn on a bright ass light and do yoga. Not in my opinion, I guess. So those are really good ways. So that's kind of just setting up the space. Now, like I said, not everybody has a stationary space. Actually, I think the other day, I saw Cindy, you had a gong, right? In your I don't know if it was your living room or whatever it was, but that was pretty freaking cool. I really kind of want to invest in one now, because I think a gong is kind of amazing. And yeah, it's just, like I said, so if you have a designated space, if you've committed space, fantastic. Now, if you're like me, like I mentioned, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, so me leaving my yoga stuff out all over, well, not a shock to people that come visit. I do need to pack up my space. Because yeah, I don't want to leave my mat out because it's not a doormat. I don't need people walking on it. I don't need people spreading their energy on it like that. I don't want to get stuff like my cat lays on the blanket. Now my blanket's covered in cat hair. Buy one. It's so healing, right? Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to invest in a gong. That'll be my next big investment there. So a lot of times, like I said, I don't leave my stuff out for that reason. When I'm done with my practice, I roll up my mat, I'll fold up my blanket, put everything back. I have a bag that actually holds my blocks, my little weighted blanket, all my stuff. It's a nice little yoga bag. Good for fur babies too. Yeah, definitely loves yoga. He's all over it, man. Like I said, we had teacher training this weekend, and I'm pretty sure he either sat on the edge of my mat or square in front, like full center, Ravi all weekend. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But that's what he does. He's into the energy and he's all over it. And he's been that way since I brought him home when he was 10 weeks old. Like he's always been, the first place he sat down when I brought him I can still see when I brought him in my bedroom and I brought him home, he went right over to my meditation spot where I kept my pillow out, because that's at the time we were doing Sudarshan, and that was when I was doing that. He climbed right on my meditation pillow and fell asleep. I could still see him. That was the first place he went. So that's just like his thing. So it's really kind of funny. So there is that. So yeah, so I do that. And so I keep everything, like I said, I have a nice big yoga bag that all my props fit in. I know like Jen, for example, has her nice big, I don't know what it's called. It's like a straw, like a basket, I guess. Like a big carry thing. That's also a really nice way to do it. And, it's eco-friendly and probably vegan and everything else, which is great. Like I said, I wouldn't just leave your stuff out willy-nilly where people can sit on it and get on it and things like that, especially, again, if you have a high traffic environment. So if you live in a house where it's you and the hubby and 6 kids and the whole thing, you may want to put your stuff in a space. But again, designate that. That is your yoga bag. That's not where you're going to throw your sneakers in, your gym stuff. Like, that is your yoga stuff. That is one type of energy, one vibe. Keep it there. Now, as far as travel goes, again, this is where you want to make things as accessible as possible. I know I have some people in my community. They are what we call location independent babes. So these guys travel for work all the time. Some of them don't even have a house. Like, they house sit, or they're going from Airbnb to Airbnb. They don't even, like I said, have a home. So now what do you do with that when you only have one suitcase? Maybe you have a yoga mat that you can take with you all the time, but I'm telling you, you're probably not carrying blocks. You're probably not taking straps. You don't have weighted blankets. You don't have all these things. And again, that's where our yoga spaces get very creative. So I've gone on vacation where, the only thing I brought was my mat because I couldn't bring everything else. It didn't make any sense. Unless it was, the Bahamas and all I need is a bathing suit and everything else, it doesn't matter. But most of the time, the only thing I bring is my mat. And then that's where, I start taking things to make my space. So if it's just like a nice light bed cover, that becomes my blanket. I've used towels. Like I said, I rolled them up, made them so I can use them for blocks, put under my head, put under my knees, put under my back, do what I need to do. Because it's important to build your space and make it, again, as convenient and accessible to you as you can. Like I said, for me, for my practice, I have a Bluetooth speaker that I take with me everywhere. So even on vacations, things like that, especially if I want to do certain things with my phone, or like this, where I'm taping a class, stuff like that, I can't do both at the same time. So that's super important. So like I said, if you don't have a little Bluetooth speaker, I totally recommend getting one of those. Unless you like to use like your headphones or your AirPods or whatever. But cordless is the way to go. Because like I said, then at least you have your music with you, and that's awesome. For those of you that live in a household, like I mentioned, sometimes making your yoga practice and having your space is not super easy. Maybe depending on what time people get up, what time people go to bed, people running around. I'd say it's really important, like I said, to set a boundary and choose a designated space where you're going to get up and, you know, pull your stuff out, but you always do yoga, like say in the living room in that area, or you always do it in your sunroom or wherever. So this way people in your house start to learn, if they're going to get up at, you know, 5 a.m. with you, we're not going to invade the living room. We know, you know, mom needs this space. Okay. You know, it's committing an area while being able to roll it up when you're done, if that makes sense. So yeah, we talked about mats, we talked about props, diffusers, music. What else? For you guys out there that have yoga spaces, that love your yoga space, what am I missing? What makes your space amazing? What do you love? What do you have to have in your space? I know like Sarah, a friend of mine, she loves her plants. They bring the oxygen, they bring that kind of frame, they change things to have plants in your space. Like I said, not super accessible with the fur baby, but for some people, yeah, maybe plants are a thing for you. Maybe it's having flowers and the colors and the oxygen and the stuff. That's awesome. But yeah, I think the essentials to building your yoga space is, yes, have a mat, invest in one if you haven't. Like I said, you don't need one, but I recommend having one. Yes, Cindy says yes, plants. And like I said, what else? Keep going. What do we got? Bye, Mel. Yeah, plants are good. And like I said, if you haven't invested in a yoga mat, I do recommend that if you're getting a little more hardcore. But at the bare minimum, please have some kind of cushion. Please have some kind of blanket. This way, again, you have somewhere to do your practice. A lot of Kundalini, half the time you don't even need a full mat. I mean, a lot of it can be done in a kind of a square space. But yes, if you don't have a mat, I would look into getting one. Like I said, blanket is super awesome. If you don't have blankets, you don't have things like that, like I said, towels will work. Roll them up, use them up. Pillows make good blocks, especially the nice big cushy ones. You can do it, trust me. It can be done. Yoga is accessible for everyone, anywhere, at any time. I challenge someone to tell me where they can't do it, because I'll find a way, I'm telling you. So I'm over here, challenge accepted. If you want to tell me you can't do it somewhere, let's chat. Yeah, like I said, music, big one. I'm not telling you need a whole boom box or a big stereo or a record player or whatever. Like I said, your phone will work, your laptop. Like I said, I love my little Bluetooth speaker. The catch, don't forget to charge the little guy, okay? And yes, like Cindy said, bring your breath. Yeah, it's funny, when we did the tantric numerology course, I learned all that, and it was funny because I guess based on my numbers and my birthday and all that good stuff, yeah, I'm like an 8 on so many levels, so I am all about the breath. It's crazy. So yeah, totally make sure you can breathe. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh my gosh, I had a yoga space, especially if you're doing Kundalini and there's breath of fire and sniffing and everything else involved. Make sure you've got tissues. Tissues are a good thing. When you start doing like breath of fire and you're doing that rhythmic breath and it's, trust me, if you have not blown your nose before you started, things can get really uncomfortable and really gross. So yeah, make sure you've got tissues. That's a good one to add to your space. I'm glad you said that. Bring your breath, because that just light bulb there. Yes. So with the tantric numerology, it was really cool because I guess you have soul numbers, you know, your karma number, your gift number, your challenge number. Yeah, I mean, there was, I don't know, like 6 or 7 different. Yeah, there was the destiny number, the soul number, the karma number, the gift number, the path number, the challenge number, and the heart number. Yeah, so my gift number, I was an 8. My challenge number was an 8. My path number was an 8. Yeah, I was a 10 in a couple other spots. My heart number was a 6. Yeah, where am I looking at? My destiny number was a 9. My soul number was a 10. My karma number is a 7. My gift number is an 8. My path number is an 8. My challenge number is an 8. And my heart number is a 6. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. You know, being a leader, a healer, inspire people, touch people, be fearless, and teach people how to breathe. That is what my path number was. You said your gift number. Yeah, I was an 8 there too. So kind of the same thing. Energy, motivating, healing, breath work. So I think me being a Kundalini yoga teacher makes a lot of sense. I'm thinking. Makes sense to me. If you would like a tantric numerology reader, I don't always turn them around, you know, in 5 minutes, but if you want one, let me know. I am happy to do one. I just need your birth date. And if you're not comfortable putting it out to the whole world, feel free to drop me a direct message. You can totally do that because these things are spot on. I did one for my friend Rod. He's the alchemy guy. If you don't follow him on Instagram, check him out. He's called the alchemy guy. He's awesome. He does like tarot readings and alchemy and all that good stuff. He's a lot of fun. But yeah, I did one for him. I did one for Jackie. She's not here tonight, which is kind of weird. She's always here. Who else do we do? I did one for Divya. I did one for a lot of people. So they're fun, but all the feedback I got is like, wow, this is spot on. So it's pretty cool. So like I said, I'm happy to do a reading if you'd like. Totally, you just got to drop me your birth date information. That was just totally just got off on a tangent. That was not where I was going with that. But yeah, so does anyone have any questions about building your yoga space? Like I said, I know we talked about stuff you would need, props you would need, ambience, music, essential oils, lights, gong, all that good stuff. I talked about, you know, helping to create your space. Like I said, depending on where you are, if you're in a limited spot, like I said, even like myself, I push the coffee table this way. I put it in front of my couch and then boom, from my living room to yours, we can hang out. I could do my yoga. It all fits. It works. It's nice. And like I said, if you're a traveler in a hotel room, it can be done. I've done it. Like I said, usually the only thing I bring with me on vacation, besides obviously luggage and what have you, is my yoga mat. I don't pack my blanket, my blocks, and my strap and the whole thing. I improvise. And we are able, as yogis, to build our yogic space. It's all about energy. It's all about creating a space that feels good for you regardless of what you have, because it's not about the materialistic side of things. It's not about having the best yoga mat. It's not about having the best meditation pillow. You make your space. Your energy makes your space. The way you adapt and evolve, that makes your space. You make your space, okay? Now, obviously, yes, having the right things, does it make it more comfortable? Yes. But yoga is not all about comfort. I mean, sometimes, yeah, the universe, we self-sacrifice a little. Things are a little uncomfortable. But that's what it comes down to. Again, you're putting it out there, and trust me, the universe rewards back. So yes, if you're a traveler, you're a world-class CEO, I don't know, whatever you are, you can have your yoga space anywhere at any time. I mean, I've worked in offices where, yeah, you just go in and shut the door, maybe do a little breath of fire. If you need to bring your practice off your mat, it can be done. You are what creates your space. But like I said, yes, comfort is sometimes fun and needed. I'm trying to think. So I talked about mobility. We talked about the space. Thank you. Talked about tools and things that help create a better space. But here's where I challenge you. So today is day 1 of our challenge. I would love, and I'm challenging you to share with me, I would love to see a picture of your space. So if you're out there and you're watching this, if you catch it on a replay, and like I said, you drop me a hashtag replay, my challenge for you is to show me your space. So if you're watching this on Instagram, do me a favor, take a picture of your space and tag me in your story and I'll share it. I would love to share it with my community, give people more ideas, give me some ideas. I mean, you know, it's all about, you know, give and receive. That's the big thing. So yeah, totally tag me in it. I'd love to see. If you're not sure how to do that, you can always message it to me. That's cool too. If you want to remain anonymous, let me know. That's fine. But yeah, tag me in your Instagram stories. Let me know. Let me see your space. If you're on Facebook, my community on Facebook, if you're watching this, send me a photo of your space. Share it in the group. I can even make a thread and you guys can drop your photos. Totally do that. Maybe we'll make a collage of them or something. But I'd love to see how you get creative. I'd love to see what jives for you. I'd love to see what energizes you, what vibes. And like I said, it helps with the share of ideas. It helps, again, spread that energy, put that good feeling out to the world. Definitely. So that is what I have for you tonight. Now remember, tomorrow is challenge night day 2. So I am taking my Mindful Movement Tribe babes kind of on the road. We are going to do our regular Tuesday night class live. So I'll be doing it live in Vibrant, Carefree, and Fabulous Females. That is my private Facebook community. It's where I share additional trainings and things like that. So if you haven't joined there and you're on Facebook, totally check it out. But I'll be live in there as well as here on Instagram. I'm going to try this for the first time ever to teach a Kundalini class on Instagram. I've never tried that before, so I don't know how it's going to work, but join me for the adventure. That will be tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So we'll all do a class together. And if you like that, like I mentioned, that is our regular weekly Tuesday night class. I have what I call the Mindful Movement Tribe. It is my monthly gym membership, so to speak, for your mind, body, and spirit. So we do a weekly Kundalini class. There's weekly journaling prompts. I have guest speakers. You get Monday, well, I shouldn't say Monday through Friday. It's pretty much weekly Voxer support. That's a messenger app where I can answer any of your questions all day, all the time. It does have a VIP option, so you can get some one-on-one time with me. But like I said, the Mindful Movement Tribe is awesome. So if you love the class tomorrow, for $37 a month, you can get 4 Kundalini classes, weekly chat time with me, and like I said, lots of other fun additives. So totally, like I said, tomorrow night, be here definitely at 8:30. And then night 3 will be the wrap up. So that's the final night where we'll do some mindset work. Bring your journal, bring your favorite pen, if you're a techie journal, whatever. But night 3 will be that. And after that, I will be starting a 40-day meditation. It's going to be a big meditation. So in the past that I've run 40-day meditation challenges, I've done them in a private Facebook group. It's been one type of meditation for one goal. So this time I'm upping the ante. It's going to be 3 meditations, 11 minutes, 7 to 11. Is it 11 minutes each? I think it's 11 minutes each. I got to double check. But it'll be 11 minutes each. We're going to do Long Ekankar, Sat Kriya, and Sudarshan. Really to work on a lot of that self-care, cleansing kind of stuff. So I am going to run that 40-day meditation challenge. It starts next Monday, so a week from today. I am running it inside the Mindful Movement Tribe. Like I said, this is not an ordinary 40-day meditation challenge. Usually I choose one meditation, run it for 40 days. It's free, and I've always gotten amazing reviews. We've done a few of them now since I've started this on my business. I want to say we've done 3 or 4 of them now since I started my business last year. So this time, like I said, it's going to be a big 3. So we're going to do 11 minutes, 11 minutes, and 11 minutes. We're doing Long Ekankars, we are doing Sat Kriya, and we are doing Sudarshan. That was a nice little put together that my teacher had shared in the Facebook group. I want to say it was, I'm on my phone, I can't look it up. But like I said, we're going to focus really on removing karmas, getting rid of a lot of negatives, and really embracing kind of that self-love side of things. But that will be inside of the Mindful Movement Tribe. So 40 days of meditation, $40. You can sign up and you get access to the tribe for those 40 days. So call it like a trial run. So on top of the meditation, you're getting the weekly yoga classes, any other guided meditations that I do, journaling. You can take advantage of the Voxer support kind of a thing. You can message me, whatever you use. And then if you decide you like it, you can jump right into the membership at that point. Or, it's been fun. But it's a really great way to get to work with me a little bit, to try out some Kundalini, do the meditations. And like I said, for $1 a day, you can change your life, change your energy, revamp it all. So if you're interested in that, all of these links are in my bio. Just please click on the appropriate button. You can totally check those out when we get off. I will drop those links specifically into the Facebook group if you're watching there. And then, yeah, so like I said, easiest way, Mindful Movement Tribe. But I also, if you're interested, if you're hearing this and you've created your space, you've tried your practice, you've got all these things, I have one other way to work with me in 2020, kind of a high ticket, if you will. That is my one-on-one coaching. So that is a 3-month package that is complete one-on-one time. You get 10 1-hour sessions with me. You get, again, full-time support through whatever messaging service you'd like. We do a customizable, personalized habit tracker and a plan to create your lifestyle. So yeah, you can change things. So if you are interested in the 3-month coaching package, grab the Work With Me tab in the link in my bio. You can check that out. But that's it for this year. So it's either Work With Me or the Mindful Movement Tribe. Like I said, either one, depending on where your soul's commitment is. But if you want a good trial run, jump on the 40-day meditation challenge. You can't lose. You're going to change your life and get a chance to hang out with us. Like I said, the babes are awesome. Like I said, we'll be out here live tomorrow doing our regular yoga class with you. So get excited, get ready for that. So at 8:30 Eastern time, be here. Now, again, I am not a doctor. I am not a therapist. I am not, your mom. So as far as workouts go, Kundalini can be, like I said, tomorrow I'm going to keep it kind of gentle, flow Kundalini, but it can get a little intense. So please, if you need to contact a doctor before any kind of physical exercise or a new fitness regime, disclaimer, please do so. If you have anything that doesn't feel right, you have any kind of limitations, you want to let me know ahead of time, please feel free to message me. If you're on the fence about trying or signing up for anything, I'm not going to sales pitch you, but drop me your questions. There's no reason you should be afraid to try Kundalini Yoga, to raise your energy, to change your life. There is no reason, okay? So if you're sitting there and you're on the fence and you don't talk to me, that's on you, okay? I can't help you. I want to talk to you. I want to help you. I'm sorry if that comes off a little tough lovey, but yeah. But for those of us, like I said, like Cindy, myself, Jennifer, we all got involved in Kundalini when we were ready. Our paths crossed, our lives changed, and I am more than 110% grateful Kundalini jumped in my life when it did, because I don't know where I'd be without it. It pulled me out of anxiety. It pulled me out of depression. It wasn't just the Kundalini. It was the teachers like Sal and Jennifer and Ravi. It was the people in the classes, like Cindy and Amani and everyone. I mean, it was pure community and love, and that whole idea of move a muscle, change a thought, and this stuff works. I mean, it's been around for forever. I mean, Kundalini, it's an ancient technology. It's an ancient science. It's proven. It's been there. And like I said, find out for yourself. See if you like it. So I think I've wrapped up everything. So like I said, tonight was night 1. Tomorrow will be the class. Wednesday will be the wrap-up. 40-day meditation challenge starts Monday. And then, that's about all I've got. So with that, does anybody have any additional questions? Anything coming up for you? Anything to share with everybody? Like I said, if you're uncomfortable doing that, please message me. That is what it's there for. I am here for you. I want to answer your questions. Like I said, I don't want to sales pitch you. I want to give you the truth, and I want you to find out how it works, because you can't make this stuff up. It works. Anything at all before I sign off and wrap up Monday night? Tomorrow's Transformation Tuesday, so get ready. Like I said, that class is gonna kick ass. Like I said, make sure you're feeling good. Again, if anything's bothering you, let me know. But again, I'm gonna keep it gentle. It's yoga that anybody can do. If you got a mat, great. If you don't, I'm telling you, if you literally have maybe like a 2 foot by 2 foot space, like if you were to sit cross-legged, I'm not going to do anything too crazy. So you really don't need a big space. Most of what I'm going to do tomorrow night, you can be done sitting in a chair. So if you're really limited, you're good to go. We'll give you some breath work, little gentle movement, do a short meditation, probably be about an hour long. So I figure that gives everybody enough time at 8:30 to put the kiddos to bed, wrap things up. You're home from work, you've eaten. Try not to eat too heavy. But yeah, I'm excited for that tomorrow. I'm really, really excited. Yeah, because like I said, I haven't done a class on Instagram yet, so it makes me happy. I'm excited to do the class for Facebook, because I know you guys, we haven't done one in a while. But like I said, share everything with me. Let me know. Because like I said, that's how we learn. That's how we grow, is, we share. All right. So with that, I'm not seeing any comments. Nothing's coming up. It's been a pleasure having you all. Cindy, I'm so glad you were able to join tonight. That made me so happy. I know Marguerite hopped on, a couple other people, Mel. But yeah, if you're catching this, like I said, on a replay, drop me #replay. Drop me your questions. Message me. And I will see you all tomorrow night for challenge night 2. And remember, today's challenge. My phone, call me. Okay. Are you telling me to call you? I'll message you. I'm not sure what that means. But I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.